Hi, I'm Andrea O'Donnell. I'm a makeup artist and face and body painter from Michigan. I own a studio called Skin Cognito in Detroit area, and I've been a makeup artist for about 23 years. Started out doing bridal and beauty type stuff in the salon that I grew up in, my mother's salon, and went on to doing more painting and art on canvas throughout the years. Always was a painter, and kind of had a midlife crisis at 26 years old. Decided after 8 years of bridal I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was bored, so that turned me to doing murals and stenciling, and I owned a stencil store for a while. And then later on I went into doing face painting, and that gradually evolved into body painting, which is primarily what I do today. So I've been doing face and body art since about 2004, body painting more since 2007, and I just created a line of stencils called Badass Stencils just for face and body artists, which, you know, they can be used for anything, but mainly for face and body painting. And I compete. I like to compete. I competed in the 2009 FABAIC competition for body painting and came in first place in semi-pro body paint, and then in 2011 I took first place in the pro body paint and the People's Choice Award. So I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to the convention again this year, and that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Well, as far as challenges, I think it was the opposite. I think it was easy for me to make that switch. I think the challenge for me was doing beautiful natural makeup for 8 solid years. Turning it into face painting was like a cinch. When I had my stencil store, I used to do face painting on the sidewalk during festivals. We're in a downtown area, so we'd have festivals, and I didn't know any better, so I was using, you know, craft paint and all this. This was, you know, 10 years ago, and I didn't know, and everybody, you know, started paying me, and I realized, wow, this was really easy money, much easier than selling stencils and doing bridal makeup. So it was not a challenge at all. Everybody was throwing jobs my way, asking me to do birthday parties and school functions and church functions and all that kind of stuff. And so the next few years, that's what I did, and I realized what products I should be using immediately, and that's when I discovered, you know, Silly Farm and the body art world and everything like that. So it actually, since I discovered face painting, everything has been much easier for me than the first half of my career as a makeup artist. I still do a lot of brides and weddings and everything, but it makes that part easier when I can be creative in other areas. So yeah, so that's it. Not much of a challenge. Yeah, my studio in Michigan is a makeup art studio. We do makeup from regular, you know, we train makeup artists, and we do extensive training teaching. My goal is to open traditional makeup artists' eyes to the world of face and body painting, getting a little more creative with their makeup application. So one of the strong points that I tell them is, you know, you can do bride after bride after bride to go crazy and make money that way, or you can do photo shoot and make probably no money because you do so much trading and everything until you have a big name and can charge for that. Or you can go do face painting and make money instantly. Face painting, airbrush tattooing, all that stuff, it's instant money, and I don't care where you are in the world, you can make money doing that so quickly. Recessions don't hit it. Everybody wants to give their kid a birthday party, whether they have had a job loss in the family or their budget doesn't include it. They will find a way to hire that face painter. Festivals, every kid, you know, is looking for that airbrush tattoo tent, adults too. So it's just such a fast and easy way to make money with minimal investment, really, especially for face painting. Airbrushing is a little more, but you make it back pretty quick. So it's definitely, for me, in my experience, a much bigger and faster way to earn money than just makeup. So, well, the stencils, I'm still very, very much a hand painter. I love to paint. Most of the bodies and faces that you see me do are 90% hand painted. I use stencils to embellish and add detail and pattern and texture to existing body paint designs. So, you know, I created these stencils, Badass Stencils. These big ones I created first so that you can see they have multiple design elements within the stencil and then edges on the outside. Same with these, positive and negative applications, and as well as the design patterns and little elements so that you can kind of, you know, get creative with them and use them in any way you want. But like I say, I use these as kind of the icing on the cake. It's the last thing I do practically. Whenever I do a body painting, I kind of look and I'm like, okay, now comes the stencils. And the same with the face designs. I mean, you can go ahead and create an entire monster mask and then at the very end go in and just really quickly airbrush or sponge in a little bit of texture, and instantly you can take like the same monster design and have like 8 little boys in front of you at a birthday party and make each the same exact design but make each one a different color with a different scale pattern, and they all will look different but kind of the same too, which is cool because usually little kids like to kind of copy each other a little bit. So but the possibilities are endless, and the ways that I use every one of these stencils, I've never used it the same way twice. I never use like the same design. I never paint the same thing twice, so the stencils just help me to achieve that more. So try them out. They're really cool. And there's a whole bunch of new ones coming out real soon at the convention in May. So yeah, badassstencils.com. I think that, I don't think it's cheating. I just think it's just a different way to finish something. Like I said, I don't do stencils from the beginning. It's so funny. A lot of times people will say, wow, you stenciled that, and I'm like, well, like the words on the body might be stenciled. The rest of the body is hand painted. The texture couldn't have been achieved without a stencil in a lot of cases. So because I create all the designs and I from square one, drawing them on paper, I don't feel it's cheating at all. Now, if someone else buys them and they're already designed and someone wants to call that cheating, well, that's just an opinion, I suppose. But I think it all lies in how you use them and how original you get with them. And then, it's not cheating. No. I've pretty much talked all about myself. I'm just going to mention really quickly that I do have a really cool studio up in Michigan, excuse me, called Skincognito. Heather and Glory visited and Lisa visited last week, and they loved it. It's a wonderful little place. So if you're anywhere in the region, in the Midwest, please come and visit me. We teach classes constantly. We sell product. It's a wonderful creative space. And I do workshops there. I do workshops all around the country. So, come visit me or I'll come visit you. I'm always willing to travel. Have brush, we'll travel.